until Lana did I ever think that I would listen to a lyric, sorry, I'm getting very, listen to a lyric like, drop it like it's hot in the pale moonlight, and be like, oh yeah, that's sad. It's just different. She's actually talking about sex from a female point of view that's real. This is helping me. This is healing me. Who would have guessed this would be the song? And it's time to react to another Lana Del Rey album, or I guess edition, special version. We're doing the Paradise Edition special version of Born to Die right now. We already did Born to Die, so if you're interested in that, stop this video, come back to it, watch Born to Die. My name is Val. Welcome to Passion Dump of an Artist. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new, then welcome back. If you like Lana Del Rey content, Taylor Swift, Maisie Peters, Chaperone, I've done Ethel Cain, loved her. I did Clairo. I'm also, you know, I'm doing some more Charlie XCX stuff, which is way out of my wheelhouse, but we're having fun. If you're interested in that, make sure you subscribe, like this video if you do like it. Also, I want to just let you know that I do have a Patreon, so I put on all my uncut. I talk a lot, you'll notice that. Even in this intro, you're probably like, can you get to the... Anyways, if you do like the long reactions, you like to see the whole experience, I obviously can't put that on YouTube, but if you do like that kind of thing, the link is in my description, so you can go check that out there. We're creating actually a pretty, I mean, for me, like, I did not expect this many people to kind of be on board and want to build this community with me. So it's super exciting and scary for me. But anyways, last thing before we really get into it, I just want to give you a little bit about my process, because I get a lot of comments like, just read the Genius lyrics and you know, things like that. My first reaction, I actually like to go in completely, have no backstory, completely blind, and just listen to the music and express how and feel how the music actually makes me feel, just knowing nothing. After this first reaction, of course, yes, I go and I do more research, and that's why we're actually going to have a discussion video so we can discuss some of those things. I probably will still miss things in that, but at least I've had a chance to digest it. But what you're watching right now is a complete blind first reaction without knowing anything. All I know is, you know, some of the music ahead of it, which obviously does help still. But just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind that that's how we're doing it. That's how I'm doing it. And so, yes, I will miss some of the specific details. And I'm okay with that because, like I said, I want my first reaction to be just authentic, me, exactly how this music is making me feel and the thoughts that are coming up as I'm listening to it. And then we can dive deep into the actual meanings or what Lana herself has said about some of these pieces. Just wanted to get that out of the way because I think different reactors do different things and that's totally fine, but this is the way I like to do it. Okay, let's officially get into it now. I am nervous. I love the piano with the vocalizations on top.
I've been out on that open road. You can be my full-time daddy.
We have that again. You can be my full-time daddy.
You can be my full-time baby, hot or cold.
You can be my full-time baby, hot or cold. Hot or cold is interesting because I know we've already kind of just touched briefly on some more dangerous or violent relationships. So hot or cold is interesting. I don't know, when I think of someone being hot or cold, they're kind of another way of saying like touch and go. Sometimes they're sweet and gentle, other times they're not, like the opposites. I mean, I talk about that all the time. I talk about the opposites and I say the word juxtaposition about 1,000,000 times in these videos because she really does play around with it a lot, and here she is doing it again. So, and then obviously while we're stopped, you can be my full-time daddy, white and gold. I don't know what white and gold means. To me, just like off the top of my head right now, what it's manifesting in my head, white and gold is like heavenly to me. Heavenly, celestial, angel. So that, I don't know if that's kind of where she's going with that, but yeah, full-time daddy. We'll talk a little bit more about that when we do the discussion on things like Lolita.
Don't break me down. I've been traveling too long. I've been trying too hard.
I like those whispers.
With one pretty song.
I just want to point out really quickly, Don't Break Me Down, I've been traveling too long. I get that already. I mean, we're only at the beginning of this journey, but I already get that she's lived, I don't know, she was quite young, right? When she did this, 2012, she's about my age, so 24, 25. Okay, so she's young, but she's also been through a lot. Like, you can tell in her writing that she's been through a lot. So this, I've been traveling too long. Like, I've already been through so much shit. Don't break me down. Like, I've already come this far. I've been in and out of hell already. I've been trying too hard. So don't break me down. I don't want you to be the person that breaks me, because I've already just gone through so much. You can't be the person that breaks me. We're just saying what's coming into my head. Doesn't mean it's right necessarily. Okay.
I hear the birds on the summer breeze.
I love that. I know I'm stopping a lot, but I'm gonna be honest. When I went through Born to Die and I was editing that, it killed me how much I missed. Because I was just enjoying the music, and I mean, that's okay. You guys still enjoyed it, but it literally ticked me off that I was missing so much. And so now I'm like hyper fixating on every little word, and hopefully that still makes a decent video. I don't know. We do it how we're feeling on the day. I might just get bored of that and then just let it go a little bit. Hopefully, because we'll be here for a long time if not. But anyways, with One Pretty Song, so I've been trying too hard with One Pretty Song. What did I think about that? Like, I've been on this path that's been good so far. Like, I've seen the awful songs, but I've been trying so hard with this One Pretty Song, this path that I've been on. It's been beautiful. And I hear the birds on the summer breeze. I drive fast. Like, I'm feeling good.
Trying hard not to get into trouble, but I got a war in my mind, so I just
So now it's making sense. In Norman, that song Venice Bitch, when apparently she said that one was basically made it so long so you can just like go in a car ride, and yeah, I totally get it now. So that's a way to escape for her, is driving. Looking out the window, seeing the beautiful landscape. I totally get that. I do like going for drives, but I like people to drive me. I don't like being the person that's driving. But I also can understand that is hiking for me. So I don't necessarily go on drives, but my escapism is hiking and just forgetting about everything and just focusing on the birds and what I'm seeing in the landscape. It's a big escape for me, and it's wonderful. So I love that. And I love that now I'm seeing that being introduced as a thing here, because then obviously Venice Bitch will make more sense to me and will probably mean more to me when we get to that one again. I've got a war in my mind. She's trying hard. She's trying hard to live this kind of straight and narrow, but she's got a war in her mind. I mean, sometimes when all you know is darkness, that's what feels more comfortable. Paradise, if I can put in the title here, tie it in already. Paradise isn't so comfortable. It doesn't feel comfortable when that's not what you've known for your whole life.
Dying young and playing hard.
Yeah.
That's the way my father made his life hard.
Okay. Dying young and play. So her dad is no longer with us. Is that what I'm getting? So I've talked a lot about the father wound because a lot of things in Norman and Born to Die related to me in that way. And now it makes sense. I know a lot of you commented like she actually has a really great relationship or had a really great relationship with her father. And that almost didn't make sense to me because I was like, but okay, that's fine. It's just my experience. I'm projecting my father wound onto it. That's fine. But it makes sense if he left this. That's the way my father made his life. Yeah, so she's talking about him in the past. So again, I don't know. I haven't looked these things up. I'm sure you guys will tell me, but I'm getting that her father is no longer with her, which means that she still would have a father wound. It's not necessarily his fault, maybe, but she still would have that wound of not having a father in her life, which is actually quite similar to mine because mine was abandonment as well, just not by dying, just by being a douchebag. Idiot. I mean, we're 2 minutes into the song, and how long have I been recording? 18 minutes. Oh my goodness. You guys asked for it. I told you I was trying to stop blabbering. You guys said you liked the blabbering, so here we go. How do you like me now?
Drink all day and we talk till dark. That's the way the road dogs do it.
Did she go on these drives with her father? Is that what this is about? Is this about her father and going on these drives with her father and she's remembering? Drink all day, from what you guys told me, she started drinking at like 14 or something like that and then was sent away and, was sober by 16. So the alcoholism is very young. So that's why I say when she says drink all day and we talk till dark, like, I don't know. Again, this is why, because now I'm like speculating on these little tiny things and not necessarily appreciating the whole song as a song. So I don't know what's better. I don't know. We're doing this. You can see I'm conflicted.
Don't leave me now. Don't say goodbye. Don't turn around. Leave me high and dry.
Oh, yes.
The birds on the summer breeze. I drive fast. I am alone in midnight.
Yes. Like we're in the car. You can feel it, right? Beautiful.
I'm tired of feeling like I'm fucking crazy. I'm tired of driving till I see stars in my eyes. I've been trying hard not to get into trouble, but I've got a war in my mind. I just ride.
That build was beautiful. And it did not want me to pause. So finally we got through the song. Beautiful. Yeah. I think there was a lot of reminiscing. For some reason, I just pictured, because she did bring in her father there to explain, you know, maybe that's something they did when she was a kid that she's remembering, and maybe like she got that kind of from him, and now she uses it herself to, as a way to escape her own mind, basically. Beautiful. That's a really good song. Okay, what's the next one? We're gonna get through this eventually. American. Interesting. Okay. So America, Americana in general, pride in your, you know, that kind of stuff, capitalism, money, power, already huge themes that I'm seeing in our work. So I'm interested to see what this, you know, builds on.
Playhouse, put my favorite record on. Get down, get your crystal method on you like Tati.
That's like crystal meth, right? I'm not a drug person, really, to be honest. So it's gonna be hard for me sometimes to get some of the drug references. I'm not the, like, I guess, more natural ones. I have definitely, yeah. Anyways, I'm assuming that's what we're saying here. The crystal method. Okay, without saying it. But yeah, if I miss that, please, like, let me know. Because I will miss those kind of references. That one was obviously a little more...
Driving around the city, flirting with the girls like you're so pretty. Springsteen is the king, don't you think? I was like, hell yeah, that guy can sing. Like, ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. You make me crazy, you make me wild. Just like a baby, spin me around like a child.
Just knowing some of the struggles she had at such a young age, with just the mental health and the alcoholism, I think that's part of why there's so many references to her, like being a child, and, you know, you're my daddy, and I do understand where the criticism comes from. I do. I really actually do. But that being said, I mean, I think artists should be kind of pretty free anyway to express their real life experiences. I think you guys, yeah, anyways. It's still a hard topic to talk about, okay? Especially online. It baffles me to even express these things online, and I have to, because we're doing this, and I committed to it, and I love it, and I'm enjoying it, but it means that now I have to grapple with these subjects that, honestly, if I was listening to this on my own and not caring about really getting it, because sometimes you just listen to music because you're just listening to music, you know what I mean? I would probably skip by some of these things because they're too real. Do you know what I mean by that? It's too triggering. What was kind of bringing stuff up there for me, because I was tearing up a bit, but I didn't let myself, because we can't just cry through this whole thing. We can't. In many ways, she lost a lot of her childhood. And so she's here now in a little bit better place, and as an adult, and she just wants to go back, like, spin me around like a child. She just wants her childhood back. She wants to feel that again. She wants to feel innocent and joyful, and she missed that as a kid. When you're a child, you shouldn't have to think about these things, right? That's what we want. We want children to just be themselves and explore the world, but we protect them from it because we know how harmful this freaking world is. And anyone, me included, that's why it's feeling real. Like, I feel like so much of my childhood was taken from me in some ways, and I get it. I get it. Anyways, that's all I have to say on that.
Be young, be dope, be proud, like an American. Like an
That production.
American.
Ooh, I like that. That's scratching an itch in my brain.
Drive fast. I
Driving
can almost
again,
taste
right?
it now. Elvis is the best.
Yes.
Yes. Honey, put on that party dress.
So these things that she adds in about Springsteen and about Elvis, that's part of, I mean, the production in her songs, I mean, are the real inspiration for setting the scene, in my opinion. But, I mean, it's both, because putting those details in the lyrics, you see it. You see it going on. Like, you see these two young adults, you know, driving in the city and, like, having the music blasting and just talking about how amazing, you've been there, right? We've all been there. We remember. And it takes the listener back to that, to those times, because you relate to that, you know, and even like put on that party, like you just remember, like there are certain pieces of clothing that you remember, that you associate with certain relationships and certain smells and, you know, movies and TV shows. Like anytime I've gone through a breakup, like there's certain things that like, I just don't want to do that ever again, you know, because that whole thing is associated with this one. Anyways, it's just amazing how she can paint that picture.
You make me crazy, you make me
One more
wild.
thing, when she was saying like an American, I'm still trying to figure out this whole how America and that kind of fits. But I think it's an identity thing, is what I'm getting from it. I think when you grow up in a specific country, and, you know, America, which is known as, you know, one of like the most powerful country in the world, and, you know, you're told that, you know, you're told these things about the American dream and how if you just work hard you can succeed, and if you don't you're lazy and all that crap that honestly that I don't necessarily agree with all of it, but you're told that that's part of our society. And I kind of relate because it is similar in Canada. Canada is kind of like the cousin, I guess, or brother and the sister or something. I don't know how you want to say it, but our societies are similar. So I'm wondering if like in America, like she focuses on this is like an identity thing, because she is trying to find her identity. I can feel that. I've felt that through anything that I've listened to so far. So I don't know. I think it might have something to do with that.
Be young, be dope, be proud, like an American.
Like, this is what you need to be doing at this time in your life. It's like you should be doing this. You know what I mean?
Everybody wants to go fast, but they can't compare. I don't really want the rest. Only you can take me there. You make me crazy, you make me wild. Just like a baby, spin me around like a child. Be young, be dope, be proud, like an American.
Like, it just feels like brainwashing a little bit. Be young, be dope, be proud, like an American. I don't know. It feels like identity making.
Like an American.
She's like you know, we're young and we gotta do this. We gotta do this like an American. We got like this is what we're supposed to do at 25 or whatever age it is. I really like that. There was a lot in there. Hopefully I got at least the major themes there. Cola. Okay, so we have another pop reference. Yes, I say pop. I'm Canadian. Soda, I guess. Okay. Certainly a way to start a song.
My pussy tastes like Pepsi Cola. My eyes are white like cherry pies. I got a taste for mineral
Here we go.
water. It's always been, so it's no surprise.
It's always been.
Hobbies in the sky.
See, this is where I wonder what happened to her, and if anything happened. Like, I'm sorry, but you're gonna put out a song, Lolita, which, by the way, I had heard of Lolita before I looked it up, but I did need reminding. I was like, what? I recognized the name, and I looked it up after I did the reaction, and I was like, oh crap. Like, this is way darker and deeper than I even imagined. I got some of the like sexual references about female sexuality and things like that, but I completely missed that, or I unconsciously, because if I can remind, we're not doing Lolita right now. But it's been on my mind, so like it's been on my mind. It is just, which is not a fun thing to have on your mind for days on end. I'm sorry, but it's not. My opinion still stands where, like, I think that in art we have to give people space to tell their stories. So I still stand on that opinion, right? I'm not like, whatever people are saying about it. But I'm somewhere in the middle because it's freaking uncomfortable. But yeah, it's always been, so it's no surprise. That is the lyric right there. That is the lyric of the freaking century right there. Like, it's always been, so it's no surprise. Like, she is telling us. It's always been, so it's no surprise. That is the saddest line. I know there's a lot of sad lines, but to me that's one of the most sad lines in the whole thing so far. It's always been, so it's no surprise. I got a taste for men who are older. It's always been, so it's no surprise. And why, right? I don't have that experience as a child, but I do when I was like a young adult. I did a similar thing where I was dating men like more than 10 years older than me and stuff like that at like 19 and 20. Yeah, it wasn't good. It's not illegal, but it wasn't good. I will tell you that. And there was a power dynamic. And I don't care how many times someone can tell, oh, you're so mature for your age. Okay, yeah. But I'm still 20. And I still have no idea what's going on with life. Oh, okay. We gotta move on. Sorry. Harvey's in the Sky with Diamonds.
Come on, baby, let's ride.
Obviously, Beatles
We can
reference.
escape the great sunshine. Come on, baby, let's ride. We can escape the great sunshine. I know your wife, she wouldn't mind. We made it out to the other side. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, baby. Oh, yeah. I fall asleep in an American flag.
vanilla.
Don't treat me rough, treat me really nicely. Decorate my neck, diamond slices. Why, come on.
Escapism. I don't know how I didn't see it before. I guess I needed to listen to Ride first. Because I'm like, what is going on with the diamonds and the, like, that whole side, that whole persona. I mean, it's a part of her, obviously. What's going on with that? They're all forms of escapism. It's like the driving. It's like Ride. It's the same, just a different form, right? Escapism. Okay. We escape in sex, and we escape in drugs, and we escape by watching the birds and the breeze on our Sunday drive. And if we weren't sober, we would be using alcohol, but we don't do that anymore. We found other vices.
Come on, baby, let's fly. We can escape the gray sunshine. We made it out to the other side.
We made it out to the other side. I think, like, these are, I think a lot of these people that she's hanging out with in this, whatever this story that she's telling, they've all seen some stuff. A lot of times you're attracted to people with similar stuff going on. So yeah, it's like, we made it out to the other side. We can escape to the great sunshine. Let's just enjoy. Let's escape. Yeah.
Come on, baby.
That guitar in the background is beautiful. Learning new things about Lana all the time. Sorry, I shouldn't make a joke. It's just, come on. That was a lot. Again. I knew Paradise wasn't going to be Paradise. I knew it. But this has been yeah, what are we, 3 songs in? Yeah. This is giving us more. Obviously it is, but it is diving into a lot of the same topics of Born to Die, but we're diving a little deeper in there. Or maybe I'm just understanding it more because I've already gone through Born to Die and have listened to it a bunch of times now. Body Electric. Okay, so when I first saw Body Electric, there's a song from the movie Fame from the 80s. I sing the Body Electric, something like that. And that's all I think of when I when I see Body Electric. I'm sure it's not that song. Elvis is my... Okay. I totally ruined the intro for myself because I am sneaky and I was sneaking a peek at the lyrics because they are interesting. It is so cool. You guys told me this. They're like, was it Norman that there's the lyric about the candle in the wind, and then, like, I knew that was Marilyn, and then that... Anyways, these characters are all... They're all intermeshed, and they're all in her head, and they all, like, they're getting scattered amongst all the albums. So we've already met Elvis, and we've met Marilyn, we've met Jesus. Jesus was on the dashboard. What is she, like, taking it down or something? We put it down on the I don't know. You know what I'm talking about. I don't even know what song, but it was in the one I just did. These characters, they've already been here. We got a new one, Mary. Mary's a new character. Religious themes. I mean, I saw, obviously I noticed the Jesus and the dashboard reference, but that was the first. No, that's not true. We've talked about heaven, and we've talked about, I just didn't see it. But yeah, we've got some, like, religious themes and, like, heaven and okay, sorry. Very interesting. I'm gonna try not to ruin that intro for myself this time though, because it was beautiful. It's so eerie sounding.
Elvis is my daddy, Marilyn's my mother, Jesus is my bestest friend. We don't need nobody, cause we got each other, or at least I pretend.
Yeah. I have to say I understand. And I betcha, maybe I am wrong about this. You can tell me in the comments. Although it's pretty personal, so I understand if you don't. But what I get from a lot of the comments that you guys have graciously kind of expressed your feelings and kind of what Lana means to you, I bet you guys understand that better than most, what she's saying here. Because maybe Lana, in some ways, has felt like a mother, or you know what I mean? Like, or a best friend, or... Because when you feel a connection like that, when you're alone too, when you're lonely, it doesn't matter if you're alone and you don't have anybody, you still crave connection, so you find it any way that you can. So, you know, for me, Taylor Swift, I get it. I just get it. I get it, and I'm quite sure a lot of you guys get it too.
We get down every Friday night, dancing and grinding in the pale moonlight. Grand Old Opry, we're feeling alright. Mary prays the rosary for my broken mind. Said don't worry about it. I sing the body electric. I sing the body electric, babe.
It is. I mean, it's not like she's changed the melody, but that is the lyrics to the song that I was talking about at the beginning. I sing the body electric. Which I actually have no idea what that even freaking means, so we'll find out. I'll do some analysis, I'll find out, I'm sure you guys all know. But let me do my research, let me figure it out. Sorry, now I'm like singing the other song in my head. Mary prays the rosary for my broken mind.
I sing the body electric, sing that body electric, sing that body electric. I'm on fire, sing that body electric. Heaven is my baby, suicide's a father, opulence is the end. We get down every Friday night, dancing and grinding in the pale moonlight. Grand Old Opry, we're feeling alright. I sing the body electric. I sing the body electric, baby. My clothes still smell like you, and all the photographs say you're still young. I pretend I'm not hurt and go about the world like I'm having
Escapism.
fun. Drop it like it's hot
Wow.
in the pale moonlight. Grand Old Opry,
Never thought I would think,
feeling alright.
never until Lana did I ever think that I would listen to a lyric, sorry, I'm getting very... Listen to a lyric like, drop it like it's hot in the pale moonlight, okay? And be like, oh yeah, that's sad. If you took that out of context, you would be like, what is she even going on about? That makes no sense. No. That's an incredibly sad lyric. So I'm assuming this little part is talking about the partner that she had that died. It sounds like she's had many losses in her life, so it's one of them. Yeah, this is escapism is a massive theme, specifically in this one, or at least I'm just picking it up in this one. I bet you if I go back to Born to Die, I'll probably see hints of it as well that I didn't pick up on the first like 5 times I've listened to it. But for some reason, this one, which actually makes sense, it's called Paradise. Okay, it makes sense. Escapism, massive theme. And escapism is tying a lot of the themes all together for me. It's almost an overarching theme where a lot of the other smaller, you know, America, capitalism, power, freaking all the other stuff. This is wild. This is wild. Can't wait to watch the films for this one. It's like a slow-mo in the club. This one. Like it's like you see her dancing, dropping it like it's hot, but in like slow motion. Red dress. Oh. Yeah, you could see it, right? Like, I don't know, the movie in my mind, I think if you could hear over the music, I was screaming over the music, just that whole chorus. Pearl, what's going on? She needs some lovin'. Miss Whimperer. Just seeing a scene of like her in the club or the Grand Ole Opry dancing slow motion. That's all I saw in that last little part anyway. Okay, Blue Velvet. Interesting title. That's a movie, right? It's a movie, and I don't know what the movie is. Like, I know there is a movie called Blue Velvet. I remember my acting teacher once telling us, no, I think I have seen it actually, because my acting teacher in acting school told us it was a movie that we needed to see. It must have had amazing acting in it, I'm assuming, but I don't remember anything about it. But I do know that it's a movie, and I do know I've seen it, so it's not going to help me at all in this. Beautiful. Cinematic again. It's that lounge singer type.
She wore blue velvet. Bluer than velvet was the night. Warmer than May, her tender sighs. Love was ours. Ours the love I held tightly, feeling the rapture grow. Blue velvet, but in my heart they'll always be, and I still can see blue velvet through my tears.
Yeah, definitely had that old like 40s and 50s lounge singer vibe to it. This is clearly about, you know, looking at, admiring a beautiful woman and being in love with her. And then she's left and it's gone. The blue velvet is gone. But you'll always remember, like, as I said, as I was explaining in the fine details of the last song, this one even more so, right? This one you can smell her, and you can, you know, feel her, feel the fabric, the satin, it's very sensory, I guess. All your senses. So yeah, I don't know what perspective that is from, but that was a very good song, and I don't know what else to say about that. I loved it though. Definitely up my alley, this style of song. I was really fighting to have to listen to the lyrics because I was getting lost in just the world, which I love that. Gods and Monsters. This one I have heard about. I've never heard it. I've heard this being said. I think this is a popular one. That sounds scary. Oh, LA.
In the land of gods and monsters, I was an angel, living in the garden of evil, screwed up, scared, doing anything that I needed, shining like a fiery beacon.
There is... What is it? Yeah, the City of Angels, right? That you'll have to tell me again, the American stuff. But LA is known as the City of Angels, right? And there's Angels in America, a play called Angels in America. Sorry, I'm just like all the imagery and words, and they're just getting my brain going. Yeah, I love this so far. I love these lyrics. This is, yeah, I was an angel living in the Garden of Evil. A Garden of Evil instead of Garden of Eden. I love that, yes. Screwed up, scared, doing anything that I needed. Yeah, doing anything I needed. Like, to survive, to thrive, to... Shining like a fiery beacon, you got that medicine I need. Ooh, okay. Famed liquor. Ooh, okay. Okay, let's go back.
Fame, liquor, love, give it to me
Fame, liquor, love.
slowly. Put your hands on my waist, do it softly. Me and God, we don't get along, so now I see. No one's gonna take my soul away. I'm living like Jim Morrison. Motel space, space, and I'm singing. Fuck yeah, give it to me. This is heaven. What I truly want is innocence lost. Innocence lost.
Innocence lost. Twirl me around like a child. Or whatever that. Spin me around like a child. That's all I'm going to say about that.
In the land of gods and monsters, I was an angel, looking to get fucked
Yep.
hard, like a groupie incognito, posing as a real singer.
No.
Life imitates
Oh.
art. I don't really wanna know what's good for me. God's dead. I said, baby, that's alright with me. And it was a fucked up holiday. Motel space, space, and I'm singing. Fuck yeah, give it to me. This is heaven. What I truly want is innocence lost.
So yeah, massive religious themes obviously in this one. I just want to point out, you know, in that lyric before that she said, I don't believe in God. Where is it? Me and God, we don't get along. But this is heaven, what I truly want. But it's innocence lost. Innocence lost. Yeah, so what happens to you when you're put in a certain, when you're dropped in a certain place? What happens to an angel? What happens to innocence, right?
No one's gonna take my soul away. Fuck yeah, give it to me. This is heaven. What I truly want is innocence lost. Innocence lost.
Yeah, so she's kind of living life on the edge a bit. I guess the rock star life, right? And she's going with it, but she is trying to kind of wrestle with it as well. It's like, this is what I want, but also, is it? Yeah, that's an interesting one. Yeah, that'll take some time too to sink in even more. Really cool one of just, again, identity seeking. This time in like figuring out how she kind of wants to live her life. I don't know how religious she was growing up, but I mean, even if you didn't grow up in a like ridiculously religious household, you're still like religious adjacent, because Christianity is obviously the biggest religion in America, North America, I should even say. So those ideas, trying to wrestle with those ideas of God and what that means, how to be a good person. I'm an angel here, but I'm living like this. Well, I'm an angel who. What is the best line? I was an angel looking to get effed hard. Yeah, that sums up the song for me. What a cool song! Sorry, I'm so morose because it's very yeah. Well, you guys know. I don't have to tell you. Yayo. I don't know what that means. Yayo. I don't know what that means. Is that a word that one I want to look up, because I like actually just have no concept of what the heck that is. Tony Yayo is an American rapper. Is that what it's about? What is Yayo? Cocaine. Is Spanish slang for cocaine. So is that what we're talking about? Yeah, I think so. Okay. I'm actually kind of glad I looked that up, because I never would have gotten that. Never would have gotten that.
I like the snake on your tattoo. I like the ivy in the ink blue.
I can already just see, like, I'm seeing such a vivid picture in my head already just from those two freaking lines. To me, they're like laying on a bed. He's got his shirt off. Maybe they could be both naked, and she's just like delicately brushing her hands like over his tattoos on his body, and then doing other stuff.
Yes, you. You have to take me right now, from the start dreaming about life now.
So she grew up in a trailer park, did she? I mean, that's obvious, right? I was curious because I hadn't figured that out. I kept thinking, like, what was her economic status? Because, obviously, a lot of these songs, we are talking about money and what money can do and power and gimme diamonds. And obviously she's hanging out with rougher crowds. So I was curious. I didn't know.
50, baby, doesn't rest for my idol. It only takes 2 hours to follow. I wear your sparkle. You call me on my mind. Let me put on a show for you, Daddy. Let me put on a show. I need your love.
I need you like a baby. Like, that is the most extreme form of needing. When babies come out, especially human babies, we're the most useless babies that exist, like, in the animal kingdom. You know how, like, some animals, they can at least, like, walk and, you know, they can run away from predators and things. Human babies are literally just completely useless and that's not me saying she is, by the way, sorry. I'm just saying that's a very extreme way to describe how much you would need someone, because a baby will literally not survive without someone. That has been a theme, and this is not a judgment, by the way. When I talk about these things, they're not judgments of her. A lot of times I talk about these things because they're things that I have been dealing with myself to try to get through. For most of my life, I felt like I needed someone to kind of complete me. It doesn't help that you like grow up with movies like, what's that movie? You Complete Me or something? Oh God, what am I thinking of? You know what I'm thinking about, probably. That is just another version of that, but very extreme. That's very extreme thing to say. Sorry, I don't know if we're talking about the person anymore or the cocaine or both. We're probably talking about both.
50s baby doll dress for my idol.
Do you hear the almost like music box in the background? Yeah, and especially it's like really turned up during that 50s baby doll dress. Music box, right? Innocence, childhood, girlhood.
Let me put on a show for you, tiger. Let me put on a show. Hello, heaven. You are a tunnel lined with yellow lights on a dark night.
Are we talking about the drugs here, maybe? It's so creepy with the music box. It's so dark, but it's so innocent. It's creepy. In a good way. I like the song, by the way, but it's unsettling.
Let me put on a show for you, tiger. Let me put on a show.
Yeah, that was creepy. That song was so unsettling and creepy. Good. Very good. And very interesting, but very creepy. Bel Air. I remember someone saying so. Ooh, I can't wait till you. Okay. Oh, so this is, okay, so I think this is the end of the non-special version. And then this Burning Desire is a special one. Okay, cool. Bel Air. Let's do it. We're almost there. So it's like, is it a playground? Like, it sounds like kids playing. It's creepy. It's beautiful piano.
Gargoyles standing in front of your gate, trying to tell me to wait, but I can't wait to see.
Beautiful. a real place, but it also just sounds like a way to say heaven to me. Paradise, if you will. Which again, we were at heaven's door before, we wanted to make sure that our lover was going to remember us at heaven's door. So it just makes me think of that we're talking about this similar situation. And the kids playing, I think I remember you guys saying that this was like when she was really young, this relationship. So that could be why. I don't know, I just feel like Bel Air is a metaphor for heaven, paradise. I don't know, that's what I'm getting. I could be, maybe she just really likes Bel Air. I don't know. I don't know. That's what I'm getting. But like similar themes, right? Darling, I'm waiting to greet you. Come to me, baby. Like it's angelic and heavenly, but also sad and eerie.
Spotlight, that baby, you've got a flair for the violinist kind of love anywhere out there. Oh, sweet child.
You've got a flair for the violentest kind of love anywhere out there. Okay.
Didn't anyone ever tell you it's okay to shine? Bel Air, take me there. Darling, I'm waiting to greet you. Come to me.
Okay. This might be me going out on a limb, but so I was like confused because it really feels like Bel Air is like the idea of heaven for her. And so I was trying to figure that out, but like maybe that's, especially if she grew up in a trailer park like we saw in that other song, like maybe as kids, as teenagers, that was their idea of paradise. Like, we're gonna get out of this and we're gonna go to LA and we're gonna end up in Bel Air in this beautiful mansion with freaking palm trees in the light. And maybe that was their dream together as kids. But he's gone. But so she's still trying to reconcile that. I don't know. Just making it up as I go along.
Don't be afraid of me. Don't be ashamed.
Beautiful.
Walk in the way of my soft resurrection. Light of roses, iconic soul.
What a beautiful lyric. Walk in the way of my soft resurrection. Some kind of resurrection, obviously we think about, again, religious themes. Obviously with resurrection, the biggest thing that comes up is with Jesus, with the resurrection, right? He dies and then comes back to life. But you can also use that, especially with the word soft in front of it. You could, people talk about having like different spiritual deaths and transformations, and a soft resurrection could just mean that, right? Some sort of like spiritual death and then awakening.
Roses, Bel Air, take me there. I've been waiting to meet you. Remedy, sunshine, can you fake the sight of mine? Darling, I'm waiting to greet you. Come to me, baby.
That was beautiful. That might be my favorite. It's hard to say because I'm gonna be honest, and I am being honest when I say this, because you saw even in Norman there were certain songs I was like, and I'm gonna be honest, I probably will love it even more now. On my first listen of Norman, there were songs where I was like, Like, I didn't get it, really. Like, I liked it and I appreciated it, but it didn't hit me right at first. Probably because I needed to go through this stuff first, but yeah, my point is it's hard for me to say something is my favorite because I do think they're all good so far. They're all very good. That was so beautiful. Like, just melodically, sonically, it was incredibly pleasing to my ear, but then also very interesting for the lyrics and for my detective brain trying to figure out what's going on. All right, so we are on the special version, Burning Desire. More driving. Okay.
Every Saturday night I get dressed up to ride for you, baby.
Okay. That has a double meaning for sure.
Hollywood and Vine for you, baby. I drive fast, wind in my hair. I push it to the limits 'cause I just don't care. I've got a burning desire for you, baby. I've got a burning desire.
Yeah, we heard at the beginning.
I've got a burning desire for you, baby. I've got a burning desire. I drive fast, wind in my hair. I push it to the limits 'cause
We're not just talking about cars.
I've got a burning desire for you, baby. I've got a burning desire.
One thing I really appreciate about Lana, and I think that's why I really picked it up in the song Lolita, even though you guys were probably all watching that and being like, oh my gosh, she doesn't even, like, she's not even seeing the real darkness in that one. But the way that she talks about sex is so unlike most women. I think that's what I was trying to get at when I was talking about Lolita. Yes, I missed like the whole point really, but not really. I was getting to some deep things that were in there. I just missed like the main point. But I think it's still important what I got out of that because it is coming up here. And I think that's probably why I hyperfixated on it because it's so different and I haven't gotten my point out. I'm sorry. Women's sexuality and women and girls' sexuality is so tame and tuned down and turned down for the media, but like also hypersexualized for the male gaze. It's weird how people in Hollywood, how movies and things like that portray female sexuality. And that's what it is, right? Because it is mostly, I think, because women are beautiful. Sorry, but we are. Women are freaking gorgeous. And so I understand wanting to showcase that from a aesthetic point of view. Of course, women are aesthetically pleasing. And so I get that. I get why. And there's other power thing. Like, we're not going to do a sociology class here. I could. I was a sociology major, by the way. That's why I get a little when we talk about these kind of topics. What am I trying to say? It's just different. She's actually talking about sex from a female point of view that's real. It's real. It's how we... Not all of us, obviously, we're all different, but I'm just like, I'm seeing a woman talk about sex and desire and almost get like, you know, dirty or like, I don't even have the right words. She's just being real about how she actually feels about sex. Like, it's okay that women like sex. Women like sex. Women like to be desired. Women like to have orgasms. There are some men that think women don't get orgasms. They don't know. Oh my god, I'm not gonna get monetized on this one either. Oh, but like Lana, like, I have to talk about these topics. I can't help it. My point is, this is really important because a lot of times it's like, look at Hollywood and how sex is, like, it's so like demure and like, oh, I'm beautiful and innocent, and that is part of it, but that's not all of it. We also just, what did she say? An angel that likes to get effed hard? Like, what? Like, there's that side of it too, and that doesn't make you a bad woman or a dirty woman, or, you know, it's so cool. Sorry, I'm nerding out now. It's so cool because she does this. She does, again, playing with, like, her whole personality is a walking juxtaposition. Because, as you know, she has this persona of, she often can take on this really classic, old-timey, old Hollywood glamour, classy woman, and then she talks about this, and it breaks it all down, and it goes, F that. No, women are complicated, and that's important because I feel like there are many people in this world that do not think that women are as human as them. Not all. We're not talking about all. Don't give me those comments. There are specific humans, a lot of them, not all, but a lot of them, that I really don't think see women as people, as real human people that are complicated with complicated feelings. And it's because the media does that, dehumanizes us a lot of the time. Sorry, I'm not trying to get off, I'm not, but it's just this song and many songs, it's sexy, but it's like really real. This, we feel this. We feel this. We really do. Anyways, sorry. I'll get off my soapbox now. I'm sorry. Oh, it's just making me really like nerd out and get really excited because she's doing good work doing this too. By expressing herself in such an authentic way, it is helping so many women, and I'm sure men too, and like, I know, but on this specific, I'm just talking about on this specific subject, this is helping me, this is healing me. I still don't feel comfortable at 37 in my own. Sorry, I'm gonna take a second so I don't get really high like that, so I can actually talk. I'm still not comfortable in my sexuality at 37 years old. For many different reasons. But this is healing. This is making me feel seen. Who would have guessed this would be the song? Who would have freaking guessed that this? I mean, I've cried in this session a few times, but who would have guessed that this is the one that finally just destroyed me? This is really important work. Okay, we're gonna keep going.
I've got a burning desire for you, baby. I've got a burning desire. I drive fast, wind in my hair. I push you to the limits 'cause I just don't care. I've got a burning desire for you, baby. I've got a burning desire.
So many people are afraid to really show their sexuality as a woman. There's like expectations about what sexuality. I'm not saying, like, obviously there are so many artists that have expressed their sexuality, like Britney Spears, Madonna. Like, I'm not saying that sexiness or exploring sexuality hasn't been done before, but I feel like, I don't know if it's been done in such a real, unapologetic way like this. At least it didn't hit like that, the way that one hit me. And again, like, with her being so real and unapologetic, it gives people like me, like, an opportunity to, I don't know, I don't even know how to, like, I'm speechless, and hopefully I'll have some better thoughts when it all comes together in a wrap up. I'm terrified for that. How the heck am I supposed to wrap something up that is literally going to live in my head now for 20 years, and I'll still probably get new nuances? I'm going to try, but I do understand, and hopefully you understand, that I'm going to call it a wrap up or something like that, but like, it's not going to wrap up. The nature of this music and this art is meant to live. It is a living piece. You're not going to get it the first time. I didn't get it this first time, and I didn't expect to. It's going to live with me for a long time. Anyways, that was a long video for only 9 songs. You gave me permission to blabber, and man, I blabbered. I'm starting to really get into it. Norman was like, ooh, this is really interesting and intriguing. That was the feeling. Like, this is really cool. I see the artistry. It's really intriguing. Born to Die was like, okay, we're here. We're like, I'm really feeling some feelings here. There's some really interesting topics. This one was like, yeah, we're here now. We're like in the trenches, fighting for our lives to try to figure this out. I don't think I have a coherent thought anymore, because that was a lot. I'm processing. My thoughts are going blah, 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 like that. If you're ADHD, I'm sure you can understand what I mean by that. If you're not, then just like this. Blah, blah, blah. That is what my brain is doing. So we will wrap up this video. We will come back to all these topics when I do my wrap up later, and that's okay. But thank you so much for being here with me and listening to me blabber on, and some of you like it, so thank you. That's like wild to me that you guys are enjoying this, but you are, and I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to express my heart and my soul. That's what I do. Like this video if you haven't already. If you got to the end, I hope that you liked it. That would be great. Send me some comments. I try to respond to every comment that I see. And have a great day and a great rest of your week, and I'll see you for the next video. Bye.